Hey there folks, tonight we're diving headfirst into the wild world of tariffs. Now you might be wondering, what exactly are tariffs, and why should you care? Well, tariffs are essentially taxes imposed on imported goods. They can affect everything from the price of your favorite gadgets to the cost of groceries. So buckle up because it's gonna be a bumpy ride. Imagine you're on a roller coaster with all its twists and turns. That's what navigating the world of tariffs can feel like. It's a complex and often unpredictable journey. You see, tariffs are like the taxes of international trade. They are fees that countries impose on goods coming into their borders. The idea is to make imported goods more expensive, thereby encouraging consumers to buy domestic products instead. They're designed to protect domestic industries, but they can also spark all-out trade wars. When one country imposes tariffs, it can lead to a chain reaction with other countries retaliating with their own tariffs. This tit-for-tat escalation can have far-reaching consequences. Think of it like this: you're at a bar, and someone spills a drink on you. Your immediate reaction might be to spill a drink back on them. In the world of global trade, countries sometimes do the same thing. One country imposes tariffs, and another country retaliates. This back and forth can lead to tense negotiations and strained relationships between countries. Diplomatic meetings become battlegrounds where each side tries to protect its own interests. One country imposes tariffs, and then another country retaliates with its own tariffs. This can create a domino effect where more and more countries get involved, each imposing their own set of tariffs. Pretty soon everyone's slapping tariffs on everything and nobody's winning. Businesses suffer, consumers face higher prices, and the global economy takes a hit. In recent years we've seen this tariff tussle play out on a massive scale, with the United States at the center of it all. The trade war between the US and China has been particularly intense, affecting industries and economies around the world. From the Trump administration's trade war with China to ongoing disputes with the European Union, tariffs have become a major weapon in the arsenal of economic policy. These disputes have led to protests, negotiations, and a lot of uncertainty in the global market. But what are the real-world consequences of these tariff wars? Do they actually work? The impact can be seen in various ways. Factories may shut down, jobs can be lost, and the overall economy can suffer. On the other hand, some domestic industries might benefit from reduced competition. And who ends up paying the price? Often it's the consumers who bear the brunt of these policies. Prices for everyday goods can go up, making it harder for people to afford the things they need. Stay tuned, because we're about to break it all down for you. We'll explore the intricacies of tariffs, the strategies behind them, and the real impact they have on our lives. Don't go anywhere. Alright, let's get down to brass tacks. What exactly are tariffs? Well, in the simplest terms, they're taxes on imported goods. But there's a lot more to it than just that. When a country imposes a tariff, it's essentially adding a fee to goods that are brought in from other nations. This fee can vary depending on the type of product and the country of origin. That's right, folks. Just like the government taxes your income, it can also tax goods coming in from other countries. These taxes are collected by customs officials at the border. The idea is to make imported goods more expensive, which can help protect local industries from foreign competition. But how does this work in practice? Imagine you're a company that makes awesome sneakers right here in the good old US of A. You're competing with a company from, let's say, Vietnam that also makes sneakers. Now, the Vietnamese company can sell their sneakers at a lower price because labor costs are cheaper in Vietnam. This gives them a competitive edge in the market. And guess what? Their sneakers are cheaper because, let's face it, labor costs can be lower in other parts of the world. This can make it tough for your American-made sneakers to compete. Now, the government might decide to slap a tariff on those imported Vietnamese sneakers. This means that when the sneakers enter the US, an additional fee is added to their price. This makes them more expensive for American consumers, which could encourage them to buy your American-made kicks instead. The higher price of the imported sneakers can level the playing field. That's the basic idea behind tariffs, to protect domestic industries from foreign competition. By making imported goods more expensive, tariffs can help local businesses thrive and maintain jobs within the country. However, it's a delicate balance, as too high tariffs can lead to trade wars and higher prices for consumers. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, or should we say the former president with the tariff trigger finger. Donald Trump, a name synonymous with controversy and bold decisions, made headlines around the world with his aggressive trade policies. That's right, we're talking about Donald J. Trump. His tenure in the White House was marked by a series of unprecedented moves, especially in the realm of international trade. During his time in office, Trump unleashed a whirlwind of tariffs, targeting countries like China, Mexico, Canada, and even the European Union. These tariffs were not just minor adjustments, they were sweeping measures that affected billions of dollars in goods. Trump's main beef was the trade deficit, the difference between how much the US imports and how much it exports. He believed that this imbalance was detrimental to the American economy and that drastic action was needed to correct it. He argued that other countries were taking advantage of the US in trade deals, and he vowed to bring back American jobs and manufacturing. His vision was to see a resurgence of American industry, with factories buzzing and Made in USA labels becoming a common sight once again. So what did he do? He took a hardline stance, signing executive orders and pushing through policies that would reshape the global trade landscape. He slapped tariffs on hundreds of billions of dollars worth of goods from China, sparking a full-blown trade war. This move was aimed at curbing what he saw as unfair trade practices and intellectual property theft by the Chinese government. He imposed tariffs on steel and aluminum from Canada and Mexico, claiming it was a matter of national security. This decision was met with mixed reactions, with some praising the move to protect American industries, and others warning of potential economic fallout. And he even threatened to put tariffs on cars from the European Union. This threat sent shockwaves through the global automotive industry, highlighting the far-reaching impact of Trump's trade policies. His approach was clear: no country was off limits when it came to protecting American interests. Now, do you think other countries just sat back and took it? Of course not. They retaliated with their own tariffs on American goods. China, for example, targeted American farmers, slapping tariffs on soybeans, pork, and other agricultural products. The European Union retaliated with tariffs on iconic American products like Harley-Davidson motorcycles, bourbon whiskey, and Levi's jeans. These counter-tariffs hurt American businesses and workers in industries that rely on exports. Suddenly, American farmers found themselves shut out of key markets, and manufacturers faced higher costs for raw materials. It was a classic case of a trade war escalating out of control. Section 5. American industries in the crossfire: farmers, factories, and frustration. The tariffs and counter-tariffs had a ripple effect across the American economy, hitting certain industries particularly hard. Farmers, for example, were caught in the crossfire of the trade war with China. China was a major buyer of American soybeans, pork, and other agricultural products. But when China imposed retaliatory tariffs, American farmers lost a significant chunk of their export market. The manufacturing sector also felt the pain. Steel and aluminum tariffs, while intended to protect domestic producers, actually ended up hurting some manufacturers. Why? Because they rely on imported steel and aluminum, which became more expensive due to the tariffs. Section 6. The price we pay: higher costs for consumers and businesses alike. Now here's the kicker. Tariffs don't just affect businesses, they also hit consumers right in the wallet. When tariffs make imported goods more expensive, businesses have to raise prices to maintain their profit margins. Think about it. If you're a company that imports washing machines from China, and the government slaps a 25% tariff on those washing machines, you're going to have to raise the price you charge consumers. So the next time you're at the store and you notice that the price of your favorite imported cheese or that new TV has gone up, you can thank tariffs, or at least partially blame them. Section 7. Biden's balancing act: maintaining pressure while seeking solutions. So, what's the situation with tariffs now? Well, Joe Biden took office in 2021, inheriting a trade landscape littered with tariffs. While he's rolled back some of Trump's tariffs, he's also kept many in place. Biden has been trying to strike a balance between maintaining pressure on China over trade practices, while also seeking to repair relationships with allies like Canada and the European Union. He's also focused on strengthening domestic manufacturing and creating jobs in the US, which was a key part of Trump's trade agenda as well. So, while the tariff wars may have cooled down a bit since Trump left office, they're far from over. Section 8. The future of tariffs. Will trade wars rage on, or will cooler heads prevail? So, what does the future hold for tariffs? Will we see more trade wars erupting in the years to come? Or will cooler heads prevail, leading to a more cooperative global trading system? Well, it's hard to say for sure. The global economy is complex and constantly evolving, but one thing's for sure: tariffs will continue to be a tool that countries use to protect their own interests. Whether those interests involve protecting domestic industries, addressing national security concerns, or gaining leverage in geopolitical negotiations, tariffs are likely to remain a part of the global trade landscape for the foreseeable future. Section 9, Conclusion: Navigating the turbulent waters of global trade. And there you have it, folks, the wild, wacky world of tariffs. We've covered a lot of ground tonight, from the basics of what tariffs are to the impact they have on businesses, consumers, and the global economy as a whole. The key takeaway? Tariffs are a double-edged sword. They can be a useful tool for protecting domestic industries and addressing trade imbalances. But they can also lead to retaliation, higher prices for consumers, and economic uncertainty. As we move forward in this increasingly interconnected world, it's crucial that we find ways to navigate the turbulent waters of global trade in a way that benefits everyone. That means working together to create a fair and open trading system that promotes economic growth and prosperity for all.